This question has the limit as x goes to infinity of a fraction. What if we just try plugging in the infinity? Even though infinity is not a number, we get the concept. And we'll get that over 1 minus 3 times infinity. So 7 times infinity is infinity plus 2, that's just infinity. 3 times infinity is infinity. 1 take away infinity is going to be negative infinity. So then that's clearly negative 1. It might look like it, but we're going to say that's unclear or uncertain. I'll say uncertain. Uncertain. We just don't know. But I think yeah, it is because infinity of infinity is not one necessarily. It see because it depends. It depends on how fast the infinities go. The infinity in the top might be a lot faster than the infinity in the bottom. It's just unclear. Um, so okay, so what do we do then? What do we do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to do a trick. I'm going to show you a trick. The trick is this. You need to go back and we're going to take the limit as x goes to infinity, and we're going to take the top and the bottom and we're going to divide them all by x. Now we're doing the same thing top and bottom, right? So it's okay to do. I've divided all the terms in the top and all the terms in the bottom by x. Remember, if you have a fraction and you do the same, well, here, maybe make it more clear. I'm really multiplying the top by 1 over x and multiplying the bottom by 1 over x, right? Now, I'm doing the same thing to the top and the bottom of the fraction. So I'm not changing the value of the fraction at all. As long as you do the same thing to the top and bottom, you haven't changed the value. What does that give us? 2 over x plus 7x over x, 1 over x minus 3x over x. Okay, great. So what? Well, then these x's cancel and these x's cancel. Okay, great. So then we have the limit as x goes to infinity. We'll do that again. Infinity of 2 over x plus 7, 1 over x minus 3. Great. Okay, now let's plug in the infinities again. Plug in the infinity here, plug in the infinity there. What do you get? Well, you get 2 over infinity plus 7, 1 over infinity minus 3, right? Now, what is 2 over infinity? Well, that's 0. And what's 1 over infinity? That's 0. Right? Are we clear on that? If you take 2 over infinity or any number over infinity, it's going to be 0. Because think about it, if you put any number you want like 3, put it over like 1 million or whatever. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's a million. So if I said, hey, I'm gonna give you 3 millionths of a cent. That's basically nothing, right? 3 millionths of a dollar, even. That's nothing. 3 millionths is basically nothing, right? See, and we're going to infinity on the bottom. So as the bottom goes to infinity, any number over infinity is 0. Okay, so then we can see our answer. Now it's very clear. There's nothing unclear or uncertain. It's negative 7/3. Now, having done all that, let me tell you, you don't need to do all that work. You can save some time. Basically, look up here and look up here. See how those guys had the x's? Those are the more powerful terms. So as you go out to infinity, this guy and this guy are going to dominate. And if you want to just do that, that's fine. Just grab the highest power term on the top, the highest power term on the bottom. We'll see some other ones. Sometimes we'll have like x squared, then we'll just grab him. We'll ignore the x to the first power. So that's what's coming. So when we look at fractions, it's kind of like a tug of war. The top and the bottom are having a tug of war. And you just take the most powerful term in the top and the most powerful term in the bottom. The other guys don't matter because as you're going out to infinity, you're plugging in things like a million, a billion, a trillion in for x. So 7 times a million is 7 million. Who cares about the plus 2? And minus 3 times a million, who cares about the plus 1? It's really just 7x over minus 3x. The x's cancel. It's minus 7/3. That's all you really need to do. You don't have to do this whole fancy thing. I just wanted to kind of formally prove it's really true. But really, you can just say, look, most powerful term at the top, most powerful term at the bottom. When you're going to infinity, anyway, when you're going to infinity, just do that. Boom, boom, you're done. Let me prove to you real quick on a graph. Probably this is overkill, but I just want you to see that this is actually true. This thing really does get super close to negative 7/3. Let me go. We can go to a graph, but actually, I'd rather just go to a calculator. Here, let me go there. Let me go to Desmos. and show you the truth here. So Desmos Scientific Calculator. And I'm just going to pop in there our fraction. And I'm going to put in like a million. 2 plus, oops, 2 plus 7 times, or 7x. Here's going to come the million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Over 1 minus 3 times a million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what that number is? Minus 2.33333. That's minus 7. Let me prove it to you. Minus 7 thirds. See, they're basically the same number. It's just getting closer. The bigger you make that number, the closer it to the million. Make it 10 million or a billion, a trillion. It'll get closer and closer and closer to minus 7 thirds. You can also see. Let me do one more thing, and I'll let this be. Let me show you on a graph real quick that it gets closer and closer to minus 7 thirds. A Desmos graph. So I'm going to go y equals. I'm going to do that fraction. What was it? 2 plus 7x? No, did I not do the equals? Y equals. So fraction 2 plus 7x divided by 1 minus 3x. 1 minus 3x. 2 plus 7x or 1 minus, yeah, okay. Look what happens as I go going to infinity means going to the right forever. So let's squeeze this graph down. I'm doing nothing. There we go. And we're going to the right forever. And let me show you what it's doing. I'm doing nothing again. Hey, there we go. All right. See how it's leveling off? Right? It's getting closer and closer to something just below, well, just below what? Can you tell what that is? Just below there. Minus 1 1/3. Here, I'll do a point. Let's just see it. Let's just see one of these points. Well, I guess we're not getting any good points, but you can sort of tell on the graph. It looks like it's going just below 2, right? 7 thirds is 2 1/3. So see how it's headed out. As you go to the right forever, it's getting closer and closer to that value. All right. Enough said. There's the proof. And that's what we do. There we go.